Resume recording. Okay, then I'll go and try this YouTube one now. Okay, sorry, we're having problems with YouTube. We'll try it another time. So Ebere, you have the floor. Okay, I guess I should make some introduction. Okay, you can see YouTube now, right? What can you see on the screen?
It's still showing the slide.
Okay, that's fantastic. All right. So I think I should just make a bit of an introduction. We have Ebere Francis Abia. She's going to be presenting to us today. She'll be talking to us about protecting yourself through insurance. She'll make a detailed, she'll introduce herself properly. But Ebere is an insurance provider, insurance personnel. She works in the insurance sector, and she'll tell us the number of years that she's had. So this is basically a TTM professionals initiative, but obviously we have people from the startup corner as well. And we will thank you very much for doing this, Ebere. Over to you. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone, or good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining in. Today I will be walking us through the importance. Why do we need insurance? Why do we have to protect ourselves through insurance, our assets, our businesses, and all of that? A little background about me. Okay, I've been in the insurance sector for quite some time now. I've gained experience. I am actually with Allianz Nigeria Insurance Company. Allianz Insurance Nigeria Limited now. So it's now a limited liability company. Allianz is actually #1 insurance company in the world, and the headquarters is at Munich, Germany. So yes, I've done this for quite a while now, and it's something that I always talk to people about. I say, you have a need for insurance. People within Nigeria, there's really no, let me say, insurance culture. So yes, today we're talking about insurance. I'm an agency manager with Allianz, and I'm here in Abuja. So yes, let's dive into it. So please, if you can share the slide. The topic is protecting yourself through insurance. So I started up as, how many of us have investments? It's going to be a little bit interactive, please. So I guess we all know what investments are. So, and I believe that most of us listening in, we have investments. So when we talk about investment, everybody is aspiring to have something, to get something that, will bring in returns at the end of it. For some, is running a business. Someone like me, I actually, outside of insurance, I'm in the power sector. So I run a business. Is my business insured? Yes. So how many of us have insurance? We have insurance, we have investment, and then the investments we have, do we have insurance policies that are protecting them? In as much as, yes, we've done these investments and all of that, what have we put in place to secure those investments? So that is where insurance comes in. The period where people were doing MMM, I always go back to that period because a lot of people lost money in the process. And then, these monies that they were putting into MMM, it was just gone with the wind. There was nobody to hold on to. It's gone, it's forgotten. But then again, imagine that you had used that money to start up something and then insured it. At least insurance is a guarantee. It's guaranteed anywhere in the world. It's guaranteed. If you're doing it with a reliable company, your insurance, your investment, or whatever it is that, or your asset is guaranteed. Insurance is a guaranteed way of securing your future. When I say that, for instance, you may have an asset like a house. The house may get, there may be fire outbreak. Something can just happen, or maybe there may be demolition. Something can happen to that asset, to the building that you have. But then when you have an insurance policy protecting that asset, protecting the building, even if anything happens to it, as long as it's within the coverings of that insurance policy, you're going to get your money back. You're going to get your investment back. Insurance restores you at least up to 95%, depending on the clauses of the policy that you take now. So we talk about financial plan. So you see this bird, the eagle, on one hand is investment, on one hand is insurance. So investment and insurance are both financial plans. They work together to secure your financial future. Now, investment creates more opportunities for you, while insurance protects the opportunities you have created against loss or damage. So you see that we cannot neglect insurance. Yes, we keep investing, we keep doing those investments, but if we are not backing it up with something more solid, like insurance, anything can happen, and you just lose it along the way. You just lose it along the way. So how does insurance work? So insurance is a legal contract that guarantees financial protection for you. It is legal. It is binding. If an insurance company does not pay your claim, you have the liberty to sue them to court. So for some people, they are always afraid when they are buying insurance. Oh, will they pay this, that? It is binding. Insurance companies have capitalization. So the same way we have the governing body of banks as CBN, insurance companies have NICOM. So NICOM is the insurance governing body, or the governing body for insurance companies. So whatever money you've put with an insurance company is secure, you put it as premium. So the insurer is the financial company that guarantees your financial protection. You are the insured. So it could be your assets, it could be your life, it could be your children's education. There are many policies. So that is how insurance works. So at the point of taking up an insurance policy, you're going into a legal agreement with an insurance company. You're saying, yes, you're giving me this in place of this. So if anything happens in future, it protects you in the future. Insurance is something that, you have when you don't need it, and you need when you don't have it. I don't know if that makes sense. So for most people, they go and get insurance. You are buying insurance, you have a car today, and you go and get an insurance for that car. You're just getting an insurance in case something happens. So you're envisaging loss or damage or theft or something. So you're getting it when you don't really need it. So for when you need it, it's something for the future, right? So why Allianz? Allianz Nigeria, I'm bringing it down to Allianz because that is the company I have always worked with. Allianz actually was the first company and the only insurance company I have worked with, even though along the line, being in the industry, I've had reasons to, do business with other insurance companies, but I'm going to narrow it down to why Allianz. So Allianz is an insurance partner you can trust. Allianz is number one, headquartered in Munich. When you're watching football, you see Allianz everywhere. The what was it called? Barcelona now, their stadium is Allianz. Bayern Munich is Allianz. So Allianz is big in the industry, number one in the world. They have several assets. They have up to and they're in over 76 countries around the world. So when you look at it, you see that, okay, you are dealing with a company that understands they know what they are doing and all of that. So why Allianz? We pay claims. We've been paying claims since 1890. The Titanic ship was actually insured by Allianz. Yes, as far back as then, Allianz have been in operation. Is the number one global insurance brand. And then it has been established. It's now in over 70 countries. It's over 12 in Africa. So we have different operating entities headquartered in Africa, in Morocco. So, and we are worth over 7.6 trillion euros. So that is the good thing about Allianz, having Allianz. So I'm going to narrow it down. I've listed out some policies and I'm going to just break it down for the little time that we have. We have different policies. You can go back to the other slide. So to the previous slide. So we have whole life insurance, which is what we call life insurance. We have the savings plan, we have the education insurance, endowment, there's home, there's fire and burglary insurance, there's motor, there's travel insurance. There are so many policies. There's household owner insurance, there's marine insurance. So across different aspects of life, there are policies to protect you along the way. That is what insurance companies are there for. So you don't neglect or say, why do I need insurance? For instance, the life insurance part of it, I encourage every man, I encourage everybody to take up a life insurance policy. Now, not just for yourself, but for your dependents. Imagine as the breadwinner of the family now, and God forbid something happens. Where is that place of succor or succor, as the case or pronunciation may be? So what have you left for your family? Yes, you can say you have real estate, you have this, you have that. Have you also gone ahead to secure those your estates? So for some people, I've come to notice that some people create generational wealth through insurance. I'll give instances. I've seen people who, when they die, it looks like, oh, boom, there's this surge, there's money everywhere. You'll be wondering, oh, what happened? How come the wife, the children, there's money everywhere? Apparently, there is some sacrifice that has been made. So now the man must have bought life insurance policies. And life is unlimited in the sense that in buying life policies, and life policies are one of the cheapest policies you can have. Check the life of rich people who are informed. Many of them have life insurance. So they are doing it outside of the assets that they have. They buy that policy because it is a policy that grows over time. For instance, in Allianz, the life insurance policies that we have grow up to 150% over the period of years, over a period of 15 years. And okay, you buy the insurance today, it starts to grow up to 150%. So an instance is this: you used 50 million as your sum assured. So sum assured is the value you have placed on your life. You're saying, okay, I am worth 50 million, right? It's not actually the premium you're going to pay. Premium is calculated based on age and based on your sum assured. The value of the money you're saying, okay, if, for instance, tomorrow I am no more, or whatever happens, give my family this amount. So that 50 million you've chosen as your sum assured now begins to escalate. We call it escalation. It starts to escalate over a period of time up to 150%. So in the next 15 years, from the point of entry, the 50 million sum assured would have grown by 150 million. So 150%. So 150% of 50 million is about 75 million. So your family is going to get 125 million at your demise. So you see how that works. So it's a way of creating generational wealth. I belong to a few foreign groups on Facebook, and they are so big on insurance. They are so big on life insurance. They say, oh, I have life insurance. And you can name different dependents, and you can buy multiple policies because life is unlimited. So you see why you have to protect yourself with insurance, protecting yourself. So you're getting that because when you are no more, to be sincere, the quality of life your family is going to enjoy or they are used to would drastically drop. It won't be the same. But when you have this policy, okay, they now know that they have this money they've been given, they can use it and establish other investments, protect the investments you had also made before, and then build their lives with it. So it's a form of generational wealth. And not just, generational wealth, it also protects you, it also protects you against deaths, accidents. It also protects you against illnesses. So, as you age and all of that, you're now in pensioner, you're no longer actively earning money. Insurance helps you a lot. You see, people who are sick, you can have access at that point in time. They are doing GoFundMe, this and now that, because they are looking for monies, to take care of themselves at that point in time. But when you have insurance, insurance takes care of you at that point. So, for instance, with Allianz, you have access to 70% of your sum assured, and premium you're paying is nowhere near your sum assured, is nowhere near the benefits you're going to get. The benefits are so enormous. When I'm talking to people and I'm selling insurance to them, I don't say, oh, just do this and get this. No, I sell the benefits. I explain to you that your dependents need this, your children need to have this, and then it's they need it. Your wife, I share an instance. I had this lady when I joined Alliance newly. So she came and she met me. She said her husband has this policy. She was a walking customer and I attended to her. So her husband had a life policy with us. It was just a period of about 4 months after he had bought the policy, and he traveled to the east for a burial. And in the process, I don't know what happened. He had an accident and he died. He didn't make it back home here in Abuja. So the wife came to the office and she said, oh, this policy holder is dead. And I just saw this. And I said, okay, let me take a look. I looked at it. I said, okay, please give me your number. I'm going to send this to head office and I'll get across to you with any information they have for you. So by the time I sent it in, they started processing. They asked for death certificate. They asked for burial poster, just to verify that, okay, this claim is real. And by the time she presented it, she was paid a lot of money. The man had just paid about, because he's quite a young man, he had paid about 50-something thousand in claim. Because his policy, and in insurance, it is very flexible. You can pay monthly premium. You can pay quarterly, you can pay biannual, you can pay one-off. So he chose the monthly payments. And cumulative of what he had paid was about 56,000 and some fractions. And the wife got over 20 million. I am not joking. It is crazy as that. She was all thanks. And then before she relocated to America, she gave me quite a number of customers because she was working, at the time she was working with UN. So, it brings succor. As she was crying, she was also happy that the husband thought about her, thought about the children, thought about them, their future, and all of that. And that money would have been probably one of the things that facilitated their move, to relocate, So insurance is something that safeguards your future. It helps you. Life insurance is key. It is a policy that everybody should have. It protects you. Yes, you would say, God forbid, you're not going to die. We're all going to die someday. That is for sure. And outside of that, everybody is going to die. Yes, it's not protecting you that you will not die. No, you will die. But it's the other activities, the other things that are going to happen, those are the things it's going to protect you over. Your life is, when you're sick, when you have cancer, God forbid, all those things, insurance will protect you. So now we have the savings plan, we have the education insurance for the children, there's the endowment plan. One of the most beautiful policies anybody can get. It's a policy that protects you while you are alive and also while you're no more. It pays you out. It's called a 3P. It has payouts during the course of the insurance policy. We have the home insurance, we have fire and burglary, fire and burglary with the incessant, continuous fire outbreaks. You need to insure your home. Every homeowner should have a home insurance, should have a fire and burglary insurance. So fire protects you. And the good thing about insurance is that it doesn't just protect you, it protects the third party. So if, for instance, fire outbreak from your house to the next person, it protects you. So instead of them to come and hold you, fire started from your house and entered our own, and then you're running helter-skelter. Now, the insurance company is going to take care of the third party, because in insurance policies, it understands the place of the third party. We have the motor insurance. Every motor owner, every car owner should have an insurance policy. We have the statutory insurance third party that we usually get from VIO. To be sincere with us, I don't know if I should say this or not, but most of the time, those policies are useless, that particular one. Why? Because of the way the VIO officials get this policy from insurance companies. You can have little or no claim, but you yourself can walk into an insurance company and get your proper third-party insurance. You can get a proper third-party insurance that you can actually lay claims to. And that third-party insurance helps you. It insures the third party up to 1 million naira. If there's accident, if death occur, it also covers, you. So the insured, God forbid, the third party dies in the course of the accident, God forbid it, is unlimited, So it's just for them to reach an agreement with the family and say, okay, we're going to pay so and so as, compensation for death, because life is unlimited. If the family says, no, we want 1 billion, the only thing they can do is to keep negotiating till they come to a common ground. But they cannot come and say, no, it's just 100,000 we are going to pay. Never, ever. This is insurance. Life is unlimited. So those are the things. This popular comedian, Sabinus, I don't know if you had seen, there was this video that has been circulating. He had an accident about a month ago or some weeks ago. And, funny enough, where he bought the car, JB Autos, actually has an affiliation with Allianz. So where any car they sell, they have insurance with it. So his car, at the point of him buying this car, was actually insured by Allianz. So, and then the accident happened. So guess what? It was a case of total loss, because I think the chassis was already damaged and little or nothing could be done to salvage the car. So what happened? Allianz, the company that insured my company, replaced the car for him. So he was so excited, and then he made a video where he was just, and it was not a sponsored video. It wasn't sponsored. It's not like Allianz told him. We were even surprised to see the video, truly. So, but then when the video started circulating, we had to post it. We had to take credit. We are paying claims. So that's the beauty of insurance. It returns you to your previous financial state. to your previous financial state. A lot of people who sell electronics, like I know people that sell Haya Temuku. I have quite a number of customers from Haya Temuku. So who are selling Haya Temuku products. I think they are mandated to have fire and burglar insurance. Because you can go to bed and fire will just start. It could be power, it can be anything, power surge or anything can cause it, you know. So it protects you, it protects your business. So there are so many ways insurance protects us. There are so many numerous ways insurance protects us. For instance, you're traveling and then you have, you know, a case of missing luggage. You can lay claim. You are traveling, you lose your passport, mixed flight, you missed your flight, you know, they interchanged your luggage with someone else's, or a case of death. Insurance will repatriate your body. That is the beauty of insurance. So you see some people, they'll tell you, forget that thing, insurance doesn't pay. Insurance is a beautiful thing that happened to mankind, you know. And then you say, how do insurance companies forget about that? Just make sure that you have your policies from a reputable insurance company. Travel insurance, beautiful. You know, it covers you loss of damage, it covers you for health. It covers now, it now covers you if you have COVID. You know, there are so many coverages that insurance give you that on a good day, if these things happen and you don't have any insurance backup, how are you going to come out of it? You know, the popular Ebano, where I used to stay in Abuja here, Ebano was burnt down, like everything burnt down. I don't know I don't know if they were insured. I don't know because it hasn't come up. The building is still there, you know, but imagine if there was insurance. Maybe there's insurance and he has decided not to come back. I don't know. But insurance cannot, the benefits of insurance cannot be overemphasized. It cannot be overemphasized. And the premiums that we tend to pay on insurance policies are so little. For instance, insurance for a car of 3 million is about 105,000. And then these claims, you can claim and claim and claim and claim for the next 1 year. You know, it's depending on the period you choose. So you can decide to take cover for 3 months, you can decide to take cover for a year. You know, you can't exceed a year. So after that year, you renew again. So if your car is maybe 3 million naira, you're just paying 105,000, you know, to have it insured. And within that period, you keep anything that happens, come back and lay claim. Insurance will pay you. If they don't pay you, you go to NICOM. You go and lay complaint on NICOM. No company, no insurance company want to have issues with NICOM because your license one can be revoked. There are so many, you will be charged. They will tell you to pay this, pay that, or you missell to a customer, you mislead a customer, and then at the end of the day, something happens and you're not telling him this, that. They take it up with you. Insurance companies run away from such cases. They want to settle. They want to pay your claim, you know. So, and again, it is good that when you eventually get your insurance policies, I advise people, go through your policy documents. See, most of the time, and most of the issues that people are having with their insurance policies is because they don't go through their policy document. So you say, you know, Nigerians, they say, when you want to hide information from a Nigerian, you put it in a book or you put it in writing or something like that. So, but if you take your time to study your policy document, you can come back and tell the insurance company, no, this. So that at the point of claim, nobody is speaking English to you. You are putting out your claim from the point of knowledge. You're saying, excuse me, you know this, I should get this, this is what I should get. And then with insurance policies, you can also get tax rebate, especially with life insurance. You can get tax rebate. So if you're a business owner and you have a life policy, you can file with your life policy and the tax companies would remove that from you. It gives you tax rebate. So you see, the beauty is how you protect yourself through insurance. All these things. You have a savings plan. You have because money in your pocket or money in the bank is as good as money in your pocket. Any need can come in and you say, oh, let me just take it. But when you're saving with an insurance company, it's different from when you're putting money in the bank, because you have a period of time that you can't have access to that money, no matter what happens. Although you can decide to liquidate, yes, but there are terms and conditions to it. Because the idea is that we want to help you to secure your future. We want to help you to save towards a particular goal. That is the idea. So when you have that policy, it helps you. It helps you to discipline you. It helps to discipline you on how you're making your expenses and then how you see money, So those are the beauties of having this policy. So in the next slide, I just put briefly about endowment plan. So the beauty of endowment plan, like I said is a beautiful policy, is that the policy holder can choose the policy duration. That is one. And then the policy duration determines, it is not called interest, it's called bonus. So the more the number of years, the higher your bonus. So for instance, a policy of 18 years gives you a bonus of 5 years per annum, 5% per annum. So if you choose an 18-year plan, at the end of your policy, you have made 90% of your sum assured. For instance, you let me use 5 million for example. So you take your policy of 18 years, you take the duration of 18 years, and you choose 5 million as your sum assured. 5% per annum is 90%. So you're going to get 4.5 million additional to your sum assured. Because now your sum assured will be given to you at different payouts depending on the duration. And then it has the family income benefit rider. This is like at your demise, in quote, while this policy is running and something happens. Now, what this policy does is that on first occurrence of death, disability, or first diagnosis of any specified critical illnesses, 1% of the rider's sum assured will be paid monthly for minimum of 10 years. So what this means is that if you have this policy and God forbid something happens, immediately you have your family, your dependents are going to enjoy 1% of your sum assured monthly, every month. So it's like salary coming to your family monthly. So for instance, you have a sum assured of 5 million. Your family is, and something happens, your family is going to get 1% of 5 million, which is about 50,000 naira. It's going to come to them monthly. Yes, we may look at it that, oh, it's small. That's just one part of the benefits. This is not all the benefits. It's just one part of it, So your family is going to get 1% monthly, 50,000 naira. If for nothing, at least it can help with shopping groceries. It can help with filling the gas in the house. It just creates an avenue for additional income into the family. So we need to always think about protecting ourselves through insurance. We have to constantly think about it. You're traveling and you're traveling without an insurance policy. How do you do that? You always have to get it. Life insurance, health insurance, There are so many of them, so many of them. You see people who are abroad, they keep telling you about, oh, that insurance policy, that insurance. Even in some places, some dogs have insurance policies. You know, you can buy insurance and protect your dog. It's crazy though. But you know, that is how serious they take insurance policies. So we cannot overlook protecting ourselves, our businesses, our assets, whatever it is, you can insure. You can decide that, okay, building doesn't belong to me. I want to insure the content. Of course, yes, you can insure the content in the house. You have a business you're running, you can insure the content. You know, after Ebano went down, a lot of businesses within Lokogoma started taking insurance. You know, when I did for one, a pharmacy, what's their name now? I did for a pharmacy. He introduced me to his friend that owns a supermarket. His friend introduced me to the neighbor that also owns a pharmacy in the plaza. You know, just like that, like that, like that. Because everybody doesn't want to sleep and wake up with nothing. That is the thing. Because if you don't have this thing and something happens, what will be of you? You know, how are you going to make it up? So you have to imagine, even if you're that rich, it's going to pain you that you're going back to pockets, you know, to take this money. I am very passionate about people getting insurance policies, as I am. Yes, I have a life insurance. I have insurance covering my business. If I'm moving goods in transit insurance, it's a thing. If I'm moving goods, for instance, from point A to point B, I insure, because you can't tell. They are rough drivers, or they can meet with anything on the road. It can be an accident. So you have to always think ahead at every point in time. You are doing businesses that includes liabilities. Let's say you do you're a builder, for instance, and you have people, workers. You insure your workers. You insure the building, your business, such that public liability, so that while you're working, if anything happens, let's say you're carrying sand to the building, or something happens and affects a car that is parked by the side, or affects the building by the side, or anything at all, you know, the insurance is going to handle that. Or the staff, the person working for you on site, you know, has an accident on site, it insures, it takes care of that person that has been injured, or something that happened to this person. So at every point in time, even people who are doing horticulture, I've done insurance for people who are into gardening. Yes, who are into gardening, horticulture, all those kind of things. You know, they do what was it called? I'm trying to remember. So all these things are the ways we can protect ourselves, our assets, our businesses. Don't think that you don't need insurance. Even churches do insurance. Schools do insurance. Companies, Dangote do have insurance for everything, his cars, his goods, you know. So everybody needs insurance. We need it in our life. We have to protect ourselves. For instance, even though it pains me, a close friend, you know, was diagnosed of cancer. And there was no policy. There was, you know, this is somebody that is still trying to get by. And there was nothing. You know, he literally had to beg for money. But if there was a policy in place, like a life insurance, it protects you against cancer. Not that it protects you that you will not have cancer, but it gives you, with money, you can buy time. You know, God forbid any of those things, but at least you can still go through the chemotherapy, go through the sessions, help your family. At least the family should still feed, irrespective. We are not praying for evil. Nobody is praying for evil. But then wisdom is profitable to direct. Wisdom is what we all need, you know, to run the affairs of life. So we need insurance as much as we need it so much. It will not just for us to let me just do it because they are asking me so that VIO don't stop me on the way. No, you need it. It goes beyond something that government is required or what is required of you. No, it goes beyond it. Even if you're in an organization or you're in a company that, I tell people, some people will tell me, no, I don't need to have personal insurance. My company has insured me. What if they sack you? What if they sack you? What if you lose your job? So those are the things you need personal insurance. Yes, my company insured all of us, but you have to have personal insurance, right? You're raising kids and all of that. So here I listed some of our customers. We have Chevron, we have Stanbic, Total, GTB, Zenith, and all and all and all. So Dangote and the rest, Friesland, Sterling Bank, and a whole lot more. This is just a little of our customers, and then that is that. Thank you very much. And my name remains Ebere Abia. Thank you for listening. I hope you got value.
Thank you very much, Ebere. Thank you. It was a power-packed session. I feel it should be more than an hour, but we really just have an hour. Today's a Saturday. A couple of us have been at parties and all of that. So I would just like us to quickly ask questions. If we have anyone that has questions in the house, if you have questions, please let me know so that you can raise your hand or you can just unmute and ask your question immediately. Okay, Shitu, thank you. So is that a thumbs up? Thank you, or you have a question?
Yeah, it's everything. Thank you so much, Ebere. I listened attentively, and I appreciate how you were able to dissect, the components. I'm sure it will take us probably an entire day to get into, the details of all of it, but you took your time to make it as explanatory as possible. So what I want to ask is, because a lot of people don't have the patience to go through the fine details of contracts. Okay, now you're getting an insurance policy. So if X happens, Y will happen. If Y doesn't happen, Z will happen. So can you highlight some of the things that affect chances of you get it? Because I understand that there has to be a contract, and maybe someone may not know that if he does a certain thing or doesn't do a certain thing in the course of having this contract, his claims may be affected. Because I did hear when you mentioned, okay, someone can report the insurance company if they are defaulting. But how about the customer himself? If the customer is defaulting, and what constitutes such defaults? What will make it impossible for you to get your insurance claim? That is my question. Thank
you. Okay, so at the point, thank you very much for that question. If I understood you well, you're trying to ask for people who don't have time to go through their policy documents, how do you know that you're abiding by the rules of the contracts? Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, so
what will you do? What will you do to be unable to claim the insurance?
Okay, so I'll use the motor policy.
I mean, what is the form of default as a customer? What type of default will make you unable to claim your insurance? Yes.
Okay, if you don't fully disclose the actual state of things to an insurance company, that's already a breach of contract. For instance, you don't fully disclose the asset, you don't fully disclose that, for instance, when you're filling a motor insurance form, there's a part that asks if you're the sole owner of the car, right? So they want to know the kind of contract they are getting into with you, so that someone else is not coming to ask them for this. because the contract is binding, right? Also, at the point of getting a policy, your insurance agent or whoever you're talking with, insurance manager, whatever, or your risk advisor, should be able to explain to you in clear terms how the policy works. For some people, when they are taking an insurance policy now, they always want to cut corners. They are asking for reduced rates. To be sincere with us, in the course of asking for reduced rate, there's something we call buyback, excess buyback. So some people will come and tell you, oh, this insurance offered me this rate, or they offered me that rate. One of the things you may not know that they may not tell you is that for them to give you that rate, you are bearing part of the cost of claim. It might be 20%, it might be 30%, it might be 10%. So you have to have clear details of your insurance policy. So the insurance agent should be able to tell you in clear terms, this is what is expected, this is what is expected, this is what is expected. So for instance, you have a fire and burglary policy. You should have a fire extinguisher at home, because it's just like first aid. You know, that's the first thing you're going to do if there's a fire outbreak. You will not sit back and relax and say, after all, I have an insurance policy, so I don't need to do anything. Let it continue burning. There should be, that means you are intentionally leaving the fire to burn. Do you understand? So those are the things that, you know, you need to understand. When you're buying a life policy, there are terms, there are sicknesses, there are a list of, you know, sicknesses and whatever that is covered, permanent disabilities and diseases and all of those things that are covered. So you need to have an idea of those things. So yes, if you say you don't want to read, let the person who is acting as a middleman between you and the company explain to you in clear terms. If you don't understand, you may need to go to the company's physical office, sit with them, discuss and understand it. Because at times, the insurance agents do not even understand the policies they are selling. They missell, sincerely speaking, they missell. So in that case, it is best you go to the insurance company and have a discussion with them. So they explain to you, you need to do this. If you have a case of accident, and then you may need to get a police report, you know. So all of those little things are the things that you need to know at the point of purchasing the policy, so that you know that you're on the right part of the law, so that if anything happens, you are getting your full claim. Are you having your rates with an excess buyback? So you should know all those things. Okay, so because there's an excess, that's why you're giving me 2% rate. Okay, because this and that. Like for instance, now some people go and take motor insurance and they think it's covered for flood. No. SCC, there's the flood cover. Those ones are additional. They are riders to the motor insurance. So you have to ask questions. Will this cover me for this? Will this cover me for riots? Will this cover me for that? So if it is not, and you desire those additional covers, you now say, I desire these additional covers, and they give you, you know, an estimated premium that you're going to pay, right? So that is how it works. You just have to clear it out at the point of purchase. Thank you. I don't know if that answers your question.
Thank you, Ebere. Thank you very much. Does he answer your question, Shitu? Okay, while we're waiting for him to get back to us, I have some questions. I don't know if Adebukola has questions. I'll give her the opportunity to ask as well. So for me, I have two questions. First of all, if a business owner came to you and said that, oh, what insurance policies would you recommend for me as a business owner to take? What would you tell the business owner? Then number two, Okay, so can I just finish asking, then you can answer them both at once. And second
Okay.
one, so for example, what's trending right now is this flooding around. Is there some insurance that people that are involved in businesses or even individuals that are in flood-prone areas can take? Thank you.
Okay, yes, thank you very much. So if you're a business owner and you come and meet me and you say you ask me or you say you want an insurance cover, I need to know the nature of business. What works for A may not work for B, right? So for instance, if you are a financial or you run a financial service company, I'll need to know, do you give out loans? So yes, if you say yes to that, I now know that you need a credit life insurance. You're giving out loans to people, you need to insure those loans. Okay, that is one. Do you, the office where you are at, is it insured? Do you have cars? Those are the questions I need to ask those questions to be able to advise accordingly. So for instance, I have some, what's it called now? Financial companies that I'm running in or handling their insurance policies. So for instance, now I have a microfinance bank. They came and met me. I said, okay, so you're giving out loans. So one, they need credit life. You have cars, you have pool cars, you need motor insurance. The office where you are at, the building, is it yours? If no, let's do the content. Now, you have staffs. You have to insure your staffs just in case they decide to, do the other way by, trying to defraud the company or defraud your customers or something. So you need fidelity guarantee insurance, right? So you're dealing with money. You need to insure the money from point A to point B, including the one you have within the building. So there's money insurance. You have laptops, you have assets within the building. So you need an all risk insurance. So you see how I'm pointing it out for them, one after the other. The same financial company, they now diversified into building, into real estate. So yes, your building, you need a contractor's all risk to safeguard this building. What if as your building, it falls or something happens, So we have contractors all risk, we have fidelity guarantee, we have their credit life, we have their motor insurance, right? Now, they have apartments that they give out to people. We're ensuring the contents because somebody can decide that after using the apartment, they do take away. They can decide to carry something out of the building. So we insure the assets within the building, as well as insuring the building, because one person can be smoking or be doing something and, fire outbreak. So we tailor it down, we narrow it down to each individual's business. Every individual have the way the business runs. Do you always move goods from Abuja to Lagos, right? You need goods in transit cover, right? Are you into importation? You need marine cover. So those are the things. It is not boxed, we don't think out, the way we do it is that we look at your business and we give you the right covers that you're going to need. So that is one. Secondly, yes, for flooding, yes. So it's an additional rider that you can buy when you're taking, so if it's a natural disaster, for instance, if you have fire and burglary, so we call it fire and special peril. Special peril now gives you cover for flooding, it gives you fire for thunderstorms. So all those kind of things, at the point that you're getting these policies, they will be explained to you. So yes, you have cover. But if you have a car, for instance, normal car insurance, some policies, depending on the plan you go for, do not have flood cover. But if you now desire, knowing that, okay, where you are is a flood-prone area, you will now decide to get it as an additional rider to the normal motor insurance that you have, right? Or you have a business and then you want it covered against all these things I've listed. So yes, you can get those covers. They are covers for anything you want, anything at all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Adebukola, do you have any questions? If you do, please let us know. And so that means you're saying that if I decide I want to go and flex, I can still get insurance for flexing. Is that what you're
If
saying?
you want to go and flex,
Yes. Can I get insurance for
you have life
flexing?
insurance now. You can go and flex.
Okay. All right. All right then. So Adebukola, do you have anything to add or any question before we round up? Thank you so much, Ebere. It's been a fantastic and eye-opening session for me.
Thank you.
I don't know, really. So does anyone else have anything to say before we say thank you
And
very
yes,
much?
sorry, let me also
Okay, please.
mention that you can also insure your intellectual property.
Property. So if I insure my intellectual property, so if it's only if someone infringes on my intellectual property rights, then I can what would the insurance do for being such a situation? Or how does that
There's
work?
a way, it depends on what intellectual property now, right? So the insurance company can decide to, they will pay you claims because that intellectual property, for the period the person is using it, there's a value placed on it. Do you understand? So that value is what you're going to get.
So they'll pay me. So if I'm a musician and someone took my music and was passing it off as his own or her own, the insurance company, if I take the cover, the insurance company will be paying me for the period that someone is using my IP, right?
Yes, depending on what it was used for, and then the way it was used.
Okay, because all this depending, that's the reason why sometimes.
Yeah, those are the clauses.
Those
every
clauses,
policy has clause.
those inner things.
Those, yes, at the point of inception, there are clauses to it. You can also insure your artwork. So somebody posing it off as theirs, somebody taking it, museums, all those things, you can insure them as well. So if someone takes it now and says, there's how those ones actually work. They are called, they are specialized covers.
Okay. So thank you very much, Ebere, because our time is far spent. We really, really do appreciate. And I'm sure that we'll still come back to you again. So if there's anyone that wants the slides, please just send me a message, or you can drop your email address right away, and I'll send the slides as well to you. Or you can reach out to me later. Thank you very much. And once again, a belated happy birthday to you, Ebere. Thank you for doing this. We are grateful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
We appreciate you coming. And I'm looking for that hand clap. I want to clap to say thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. I want to join Shitu to clap. All right. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So thank
you, Ebere. Thank you, Bukola. Thank you.
Thank you. Do have a lovely day ahead.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, bye.
All righty.